for that. Thank you very much, Aya, and thank you very much to everyone for giving me an opportunity to share with you the experience that we have with Bioinformatics Postgraduate Taught Program at our university, Perdana University. So basically, I would be going through the big idea where the educational pathway in our school, some of the objective of aims of the program, some of the curriculum content, and then I will also walk with you on the teaching, learning, and assessment method, and finally on some outreach project that we have as a school. So basically, at a nutshell, you could see that the pathway at our school is that we basically provide a bachelor degree, but it's not in bioinformatics, but bachelor degree in data science, which lasts for 3 years. And before a student graduate, basically they need to go through an internship, and gradually they could go into postgraduate diploma bioinformatics. After that, they progress into masters in bioinformatics, either by research or by coursework. And of course, along the way, we also encourage continuous professional development where we offer lots of short courses ranging from 1 to 5 days to 2 months. So we actually name them as DXX, which I will share with you in a while, some of our outreach projects. And of course, finally, a person could go through a PhD for 3 years. So today, basically, I would just run through with you the master's program that we have at our Perdana University, where this is a coursework program. The program objective is to develop and apply innovative bioinformatics solution to solve biological problems. Of course, we have seven overarching program learning outcome, where we wanted to we wanted our students to be able to demonstrate the mastery of knowledge in bioinformatics, to be able to apply their skills, to relate the ideas to societal ideas, to apply these methods, and also to adhere to legal, ethical, and also professional code of practice, and of course to demonstrate their leadership qualities, to generate solutions, and of course finally to have lifelong learning as well. So basically, in terms of the curriculum content, the course has 3 semesters. Each of the semesters run for 21 weeks. And you can see from here that basically in each of the semesters, the courses are focusing on the basics from biostatistics all the way to biology to research methodology to cater for those who wanted to start a research. Of course, introductory bioinformatics, where we cover most of the topics, important topics in bioinformatics. Of course, also to cater for those who never have any computing skill. Therefore, we had applied computing in biology all in semester 1. Moving on to semester 2, of course, more advanced level where we have machine learning, programming, critical thinking skill, and one of the elective where students have to complete either from a genome perspective or from a structural bioinformatics perspective, or at a computational method more into algorithm development perspective. Of course, finally, before a student graduate in semester 3, they would have to go through a mini project. We call them bioinformatics project, where this project students will touch on various topics on bioinformatics that is of their interest. So in terms of the teaching, learning, and assessment, of course, when we planned this program, it was meant to be a face-to-face class, meant to be a physical class. However, because of COVID-19, even Malaysia went into lockdown for a while, so we didn't manage to have we didn't manage to have face-to-face classes, and we had to conduct our lectures either through Zoom or Big Blue Button. Of course, our discussions and hands-on sessions, everything was still normal, where we also utilized the GitHub and GitHub Classroom to help us to manage. In terms of the management of the program, we use Moodle, and also some of it we also use Google Drive. Of course, if you look at the assessment element, you could see that the low stakes exams, the practical report, assignment reports, all of these are still remain. So student basically had to submit all of this work online. So of course, student feedback, as I mentioned, the conventional way was to have it as a face-to-face class, but because of the lockdown, we basically had the class online classes. So, some students actually feedback that say these online classes allow flexibility, because most of our students are working adults, and basically they have to rush to the campus after working hours, and that in a conventional way, they didn't felt good, and it was very tiring. But because of the online classes, it allows them to just go home immediately after work, and they could have their class at the comfort. But some students also commented there was some bandwidth issue and the lectures were laggy, but overall it was okay. One of the students actually commented that they enjoyed totally, because the student basically had an accident during the lockdown and the student had to attend class in the hospital, but he was basically enjoying himself. So really happy for him. But I still have some student who feedback to say they still prefer face-to-face classes, because they felt that they are losing that momentum, that touch. So of course, I also wanted to touch on this another initiative that we have at the school. We call them DXX. It's a data science exchange, where this DXX basically reach out to a community that couldn't come into a university settings. So we acknowledge that there are a lot of people out there who couldn't join a university formally. So we basically have online classes, online training classes, and we also have public talks, workshops, and of course we also cater for people who wanted to have internship experience, and also a conference which we organized this year. So one of the things that I would like to share is that we actually have trainings. So this is like a one-off training that we conduct for people who didn't manage to come into university, but they just wanted a short course to help them to improve on their skills. So we basically move it into like a level 1 all the way to level 4 to help them to cope with the different levels. So that's all I have on my sharing here. So thank you very much for your attention.